Yeah, what's cracking, boys? Borez here, bring y'all another. No, it's not. It's 114 Gunstreak on Nuketown with the Bullfrog. Literally, listen. It's gonna be the same map, same gun. It's Cold War. Just, I mean, if there was, an actual score sheet system in this game, an actual Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3 score sheet system, goddamn, we playing every map, no man. But no, there isn't. Just deal with it. Who cares? The next COD's gonna be what is it, 104.2? Like literally, just neck yourself. Anyways, you already know. My favorite gun, boys, in COD history is without doubt the Scar H. Yes, I know the vast majority of you will be like, ugh, gross. Like, you gotta be missing a few brain cells, Rezi. You gotta be missing, you gotta have a few extra chromosomes up in that big old dome of yours. I know, listen, I may be really smart, but at the same time, I'm also incredibly dumb. It just depends on how I'm feeling. Regardless, I do believe, and I know it is, in my opinion, the best gun in COD history. In Black Ops 2 specifically, and yes, in this channel we only talk about Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3, but mainly BO2. Fuck you talking about? Once you add suppressor in stock, well, if you're not running the stock on it to begin with, you gotta be dumb. I'm not gonna be, listen, I'm not speaking to you, go play Black Ops 2. I mean, you can't, but you know what I mean. But once you add suppressor on it, boys, that thing, it's just, I don't know who actually decided to put a suppressor on it, but it wasn't an American, it wasn't obviously a Mexican, it was not obviously a Canadian, it was a damn European, specifically Deutsches, or whatever though. I'm not gonna speak German right now. I'm brain dead right now. It was the Germans, boys. Like, let's be honest with ourselves, the ones, regardless of whoever decided to put a suppressor on it in game and actually get insane gameplays with it, regardless if it was actually an American, a North American, a South American, it was the Germans were the ones who ultimately, I wouldn't say made it infamous, made it famous, but it was definitely infamous for a fact. If you got killed by it and their game, if you got killed by a Scar in game and their gamer tag had a bunch of X's and Z's and fucking vowels being replaced with X's and Z's and dumbass names like Rezifying, like my name is Rezifying, but it's okay. Listen, I'll stop talking. I'm just gonna keep roasting myself because every time I continue talking, I just inherently roast myself, which is quite disappointing, quite sad, but. It was them, boys. It was the Germans that ultimately made the gun for what it was. Yes, it was a staple of Black Ops 2 multi-team. It was a staple of Black Ops 2 pub stomping. The vast majority of these people who, we'll call them normal people, the vast majority of people who just got on the game and got destroyed by a Scar thought to themselves, hey, I should really use a Scar. And now they started to put suppressor on it and started just beaming kids. They probably didn't run stock on it because they're brain dead. But listen, boys, regardless, you played multi-team, all of you have, I already know, the vast majority, 95% of you have. You either used the Scar and genuinely enjoyed it or got killed by the Scar and just did not enjoy it whatsoever. Once you got killed by dirty, stinking, good for nothing German. You lost 2 world wars. How do you have all this technology and then proceed to lose? Well, then again, World War II didn't have great technology. They actually did. That's actually a myth, by the way. Mechanized Wehrmacht, they weren't truly mechanized. They just committed vast amounts of war crime. But listen, that's a subject for another time. Again, boys, if there's only one gun which I can legitimately say that I have more than, I'm not going to say 100,000 kills. I did not play Black Ops 2 for that much, which really is surprising to most of you to hear. But in my opinion, my personal opinion, I really wish I played the game more than I really should. But I didn't. I really wish I did, though. It's just the stats, boys. Like, listen, boys. A 3-shot kill from close range, I believe it was a 3-shot kill at all ranges, and it was going to be a 2-shot kill at all ranges if you get a headshot. That thing, now, yes, Black Ops 2 did have an incredibly high time to kill, even comparable to the older CODs. I mean, even compared to Modern Warfare 3, which had an insane time to kill. But it's not comparable to the time to kills we have now. Now it's just really, it's not fast. You can make it fast in certain guns, in certain games, but that's not the basis for the entire game. That makes any sense, you feel me? So, yes, a lot of the guns in Black Ops 2 were melt machines. You died incredibly quickly. I mean, for fuck's sake, you got killed in 3 shots of the Cat 40, at least the pre-patch Cat 40. And you got 1 burst. You got killed in 2 bullets to B-23R. But the Scar, boys, once you have suppressor on it, and once, of course, you always got to run stock, that thing was a beam. It truly was a laser beam. Did not matter what map you were playing on, did not matter what engagement you got in, you were gonna most likely, if you were at least somewhat competent and the other person was not competent, you were gonna destroy that individual in that gunfight. you're gonna at least, again, if you're going for gameplays and the lobby's perfect, you're gonna get a gameplay. Most definitely. Unless you're like me, you just choke everything because you're either A, overly confident, or B, stupid. But mostly it's B. I'm pretty goddamn dumb. I'm a goddamn imbecile. Like, I should not be I should not exist. I'm somehow still existing. Like, I'm not built wrong. I'm not built incorrectly. Actually, that's cap. I'm not built wrong. I'm just built incorrectly. Like, I should not exist. I don't know how I'm gonna just I don't know. But will there ever be another gun like Scar H and COD, boys? In my personal opinion, well, there has been. You can include another gun from Black Ops 2, the A94, but yes, there were people that ran a suppressor on it. My personal opinion, there was no other gun to actually run a suppressor on that had the same lethality, the same. I don't want to say ergonomics. It's gonna sound like me, like we're like, oh, once you got a 10-inch barrel with an actual suppressor on it, you got the same velocity as a 16-inch. But shut the fuck. But it did not have the same versatility as other guns that did not run a suppressor. You put a suppressor in the Scar, the shit, it's still amazing. It'll outclass any gun, well, outgun any other gun, except the FAL, unless you're God with the FAL. But yes, boys, you can compare it to the AN, but at the same time, you really can't. That gun was in a league of its own. It was, in my personal opinion, outclassed by the Scar in many occasions. But yes, boys, that gun is, in my opinion, the best gun in Call of Duty history. And not only in terms of its stats, of its power, but in what its impact has done for the pop summon community, boys, for what it once was. You cannot go a single day, even not a single. You can't go a single weekend in certain scenarios, even a single day without seeing a gameplay pop up on your feed of either an American, a North American, or obviously a German getting an insane gameplay with that shit on multi-team, boys. It truly did make Pup Stomping in Black Ops 2 for what it was. The AN did leave its mark, but in my personal opinion, though the Scar left a mark that was reasonably undesirable, like kind of like a doo-doo stain, it's a mark, you know, but it's an undesirable, unwanted mark. But at the same time, you kind of want it. That's a terrible analogy. But listen, boys, regardless of the mark it made, it left its mark. In my opinion, it was incredibly impactful, an incredibly great one. Others, incredibly spiteful and unwanted. Again, just like a shit mark. But yes, boys, it did make Black Ops 2 for what it is. And for those of you who remember, on my old gameplays, like those dual 100 gunstreaks I got on Carrier, yes, I did run a goddamn laser on it. Yes, a laser sight, a hip fire laser on it. And on a few occasions, I did run a noob tube on the Scar. Why? In case you guys didn't know, if you ran a noob tube on the Scar with stock, it actually did not give you any recoil. It was absolutely insane. I don't know. I definitely wasn't the one to find that out, but I was the one that took full goddamn advantage of it. I don't give a fuck. And of course, you ran a laser on that bitch. I did not give a fuck. That shit gave you no recoil to an extra hip fire. Shit. I don't. This brings me back to the other topic, boys. What I was saying earlier. I'm just built wrong. I'm not built different. I'm built wrong. I'm built stupid. Built. I'm missing the preset parameters. All right. I should not exist. I don't know. I'm just a guy. If something clicks in my ape brain and my ape mind, my monkey mind, and it works, I'm gonna keep on doing it. I don't give a fuck. Anyway, boys, it's been Rezi. Hope you enjoyed the commentary. My amazing commentary skills. What is undoubtedly the best weapon in COD history. Y'all better have a great day. If you don't, I'll bash your goddamn neck.